The BRICS summit opened in South Africa's port city of Durban on Tuesday. Leaders from member countries Brazil, China, Russia, South Africa and India attended the event. The theme of the summit is BRICS and Africa, Partnerships for Development, Integration and Industrialization. The fifth summit is the first one to be held on the continent and focuses on partnerships with African countries. Dozens of African leaders have been invited, including the Presidents of Congo, Chad and Guinea. The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Qarra Dlamini-Zuma, is also expected to take part of the event.
Because South Africa is such a huge economic factor in Africa, traditionally from an infrastructure or financial infrastructure, every point of view, I think what has happened is we have assumed a natural role of political leadership in the continent. In all modesty, we can say that. So it would make sense that we are, in a case like this, where we have the entree into BRICS, we have that capacity, that we should spread the largesse from that benefit that comes out of that. We should spread it to the rest of Africa.
Durban's summit wraps up the first 5-year period in the group's history. The BRICS hope to set up a secretary, a development bank, and a body to regulate financial platforms in the face of the world economic crisis. The objective is ambitious, but consensus will be hard to reach. Participants disagree on how to fund the development bank and where the future institution will be based.
Of course, there are views, both pro and against the issue of the development bank, but I think it's the right thing to do at this point in time. It's just that we need to augment that with the necessary skills to run it. Otherwise, we have a bank, ultimately it does not have the skilled people to run it, and it does not address the real fundamental problems facing the country.
Largely viewed as Africa's first economy, South Africa remains the weakest link in the emerging countries' economic organization. South Africa's GDP is 2.5% of the 5 countries' overall GDP. But in 2011, South Africa managed to increase its business with China by 32%, 25% with India and 20% with Brazil. The overall exchange is estimated at $37 billion.
Well, it's true that South Africa is small, but you see, as a small entity playing with the big, guys, obviously that will also assist in promoting your strength, because we'll learn a lot from China, we'll learn a lot from Russia, we'll learn a lot from India.
The group was formed in 2001 by Brazil, Russia, India and China, hence the initial BRIC designation. South Africa was included in the bloc in 2011. The alliance accounts for about 40% of all people of the planet. According to estimates, the BRICS countries account for 30% of the world's growth and 18% of the world's GDP, namely $14,000 billion. The Group of 5 also holds 40% of the world's currency reserves and handles 15% of global trade.